Hey, everybody.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening?
Enjoying the beautiful sunshine that's still peeking over the board.
It's almost over with.
It's been a beautiful 83 degrees today.
Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Jan. How are you guys doing this evening? Glad you're here.
Hi, everybody.
We're joined by Jessica this evening. How's everybody doing?
Oh, yeah, you can check out her new channel. Is it Jesse's,
Jesse's Adventures and Ramblings, all one word.
AKA The Jar?
Yeah. So, well, tonight we figured we'd do a little something different. We're going to play a game here in just a little bit. If y'all heard the newlyweds, we're going to call this
The Oldie Weds. Painted it on the board, but Jessica's in the way.
Hey,
Yeah.
DJ's Adventure and Beyond. How are y'all doing?
I shared my link to my channel.
So,
Shameless plug.
yeah.
Shameless plug, kind of.
Okay, that's
She is shameless. So, yeah, we'll get that started here in just a little bit. Just kind of saying hi to everybody while we're getting started. So, what's everybody been up to the last couple weeks since we've been on? Besides working?
Working. How about you? Working?
Working.
Got some mowing done.
Well, we got a lot more to do. I think tomorrow we're going to have to get out the weed eater and the mower.
Mm-hmm.
I got my taxes filed.
Woohoo!
Finally.
Yeah, taxes are done. Make Uncle Sam happy that way.
Got to keep him happy.
Mm-hmm. We're getting a little bit back, so hey, camping cage free. How are you doing? Glad you're here. So
Gardening and taxes. Jan's been, hey, we built a garden bed today. A little bitty one, but I got one.
you and your brown thumb.
Yeah, I'm not a very green thumb kind of person.
No.
But I'm going to give it a shot. Why not?
Only get some tomatoes out of it. I'll be happy.
I don't eat tomatoes very much, but I'll plant you some.
Yep. Get good on a nice big tomato sandwich.
Yeah. I'd rather have the squash and zucchini and cucumbers. Maybe we'll learn to make dill pickles.
That'll work.
Hopefully they don't turn out like Aunt Bee's.
Yeah.
It'd be my luck. Can a whole bunch of them and they taste like kerosene.
Yep. Like I said, I'll just be happy with a big tomato sandwich and maybe get some bacon. Then I got bacon tomato sandwiches.
You gonna plant the bacon seeds?
No, but we got a freezer full of pork though. Sure,
That's
there's still
true.
plenty of bacon out there. Uh-oh, the herded dogs are coming.
Yeah, they don't want to be left out.
Nope. So.
And that one doesn't even live here.
But she's cute.
At least the other neighbor dog's not down here too.
Give him time.
Yeah. Don't summon him.
I'm surprised he ain't been down here yet today. Hey, James in here. How you doing?
Howdy, howdy.
Glad everybody's joining us.
I hope that light don't blow over.
I got it strapped down.
Ah, okay.
We won't need it for a little bit yet anyways.
Yeah, as you all can tell, it's a little windy here on the ridge today. It's
been windy all day.
All day. Tell by looking at my hair. It's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was going to blow away when I was out doing putting them reflectors in at the end of the driveway. So, is the jar behind y'all? Yep,
yeah,
that's the jar.
Well, do we want to get our game started?
Sure, why not?
So, like I said, we've been married, well, next month will be 26 years.
I was thinking it's closer to 100.
Well, living with you, yeah. So, instead of the newlyweds.
Hi, Dale and Nana.
Hey, Dale and Nana, how are you guys doing?
So, instead of the newlyweds, we're going to play the oldie weds game.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse's got some questions back here. And if you guys want to ask some questions too, I made some handy little paddles here. We're going to say which one is which.
Oh, she didn't spell my name very well on that.
I spelled it right, but it just didn't paint it right.
Looks like Ickik.
Ickik. Well, you are kind of icky sometimes.
Only after I eat my sauerkraut and kielbasa.
Then you're very itchy. So,
So-
we'll put up to where if somebody wants to come up and join in, or
Sure.
maybe they can ask questions too.
There
Just
we
keep
go.
them tasteful, please.
That could be subjective.
Hey,
My idea
there's
is
children
tasteful, and
here.
you're right.
I don't want to know.
Not like that.
Oh,
Our Debbie Fum said, Tony, hey, how Tony? So, alrighty. So, do you want to explain it a little bit more since we got kind of sidetracked, or did you explain it because I wasn't listening?
Do you
What's
ever
new?
listen to me?
Did you say something?
Is that on the list? Who listens the most?
Neither of you listen.
Oh, wrong side. Well, I have to make sure to remember to put the right side up. I was going to glue them, and of course, I couldn't find my glue. So I have painter's tape. That works good too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jesse. Oh, no, you can go to sleep now.
I've been busy all day.
You have? Well, yeah, I guess she has.
All right. First question. Who controls the remote? Who snores the loudest?
Well, that was kind of a toss up.
Toss it.
Depends on what the day's been like.
Mm-hmm. I think I hold the record for the loudest snore, though, when you was in the living room. I had to turn the TV up so you could hear TV over me snoring one night.
That's true.
And he used to never snore.
She used to snore the
Hey,
most.
Tilted K Homestead, glad you're here.
Hey, join in the fun. We're going to ask questions and play the oldie wed game.
I'm in the way. I'm sorry you can't read it.
She's always in the way.
Hey. All right. Next one. Who spends the most money?
Definitely.
I like tools
You like
It's not
name
just
brand.
tools.
stuff.
He likes to shop.
Shopping's fun.
I like tools and my stuff and building pew-pews. Speaking of which, I want to build another one.
Not today.
All right. Who's the better driver?
Excuse me?
I've had driving training way more than you.
So have I, but no. You are not the better driver.
How many wrecks have you had?
How many wrecks have you had?
How many was you seriously damaged in?
Only one.
That was enough.
I was also driving long distance every day for several months.
It was the cyclist's fault.
There was no cyclist.
That it's a joke. Don't worry.
Over my head. Sorry.
A good thing I'm not the one being asked this question.
This is supposed to be a good one.
Who's the most organized?
Do either one of us have to put one up?
This family is not
We're
organized.
not organized. Like I said, that's how we always do things. We wing it.
Whenever I put something up where I know it's going to be safe, that's when I'll lose and I can't find it again.
10 years later, we'll find it. Hey, Scotty, Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf. I can't read today.
Lone Cross.
Lone Cross. She's yawning again.
I'm chronically tired. I can't help it.
Drink coffee.
Ew.
Coffee's good for you. Put hair on your chest.
Dad always told me to make my toes turn black. It hasn't worked.
All right. Next one.
Yes, words are hard.
Who does the most grocery shopping?
I hate grocery shopping.
You
Yeah, I
hate
know.
shopping in general.
Yeah, I don't. Mm-mm.
I have to go with her a lot, and
Even if I find something on Amazon, I'll just stick it in the cart later and let him order it.
And then she blames me for spending money.
how it goes.
I usually add it to your order that's in the cart.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Who's the most competitive?
Definitely.
I don't like to be beat. Get
Hence
out.
the argument over who's the better driver.
No. That is. I'll stop talking.
You're not one to talk on the driving issue.
Hey, I've had one wreck.
You've drove for how many years?
I've had 1.5 wrecks. Stupid deer. All right. Who's the funniest? You have like 0 sense of humor.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
When it's a joke you don't understand, you get mad.
Because your jokes are weird.
You're just old.
It's the oldie ones.
Who snores louder? We both do. It just kind of depends on the day. I hold the record for the loudest snoring, though. I drowned it out the TV from the bedroom.
Yep.
I'm glad I don't snore.
Kind of proud of that. I just wish I could have heard it.
I do have a couple of recordings. Not of the loudest one, but yeah. And then when you told me you don't snore,
I don't snore.
you grind your teeth.
I can't help it. Who's the most creative?
You at least agree with me on something.
Who's the most creative?
You
Yes.
just asked that.
Oh.
Are we on repeat here?
I'm distracted. Who's the smartest? Neither.
I say, yeah.
Uh,
I'll give him that one.
Yeah, don't. We both know the answer.
Hey, Evelyn, how are you doing?
Hi, Evelyn.
Glad you're here. Kevin's here.
I'm way funnier than Dan. That was another thing. We want to challenge everybody to do their own. If y'all been married 20, 25, 30, however many years,
Mhm.
do your own oldie weds game. We all want to join in and laugh at everybody else too, since we don't mind if people laugh at us.
Don't be afraid to pop up your own questions, and we'll
Answer those too.
as honestly as we can.
Not bashful either.
Nope.
Really
Hope
not.
that's not the next question.
Hey,
No.
we got 28. Cool.
Ours says 9.
No, he's been married 28.
Oh, got
Yeah.
us beat.
We're getting there.
If we live that long.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go first so I can have some peace and quiet.
You won't.
I know. Next question.
Next question. Who's the most high maintenance?
I can admit that.
And usually it's the wife.
I'm also defective, so
That's true. You are defective.
It's not just the medical, they're your high maintenance.
You have to buy name brand
tools.
food,
Everything.
everything.
I don't buy name brand everything.
Yeah,
More than I do.
a lot more than I do.
Well,
We do.
sometimes you do get what you pay for, though.
Well, that's true.
Not most of the time.
Especially when it
On
comes
that
to-
yummy mayonnaise that Dale loves.
oh yeah, that Duke's,
Duke's
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise. Ooh,
Mhm.
sorry, Dale. I gotta go with Christine and everybody on this one. Mayonnaise is the bomb.
Mayonnaise is gross.
Miracle Whip's nasty.
You know, I grew up on Miracle Whip because that's what Mom likes. So that's what Mom and Dad always bought. And then Dad decided to bring mayonnaise home one day, then make my sandwich, and always lick the knife before I go throw it in the sink after I'm done making my sandwich. And I lick the knife, and it's like the skies opened up, the angels started singing down. It's like, this is great. So I
Where's
threw
it
the
been
knife
all
in
my
the
life?
the sink and grabbed a spoon, and
Oh.
Ew.
and I haven't gone back to Miracle Whip since.
That's so gross.
I've married, been divorced since '99. Oh goodness.
I didn't exist.
So, all right, next question.
Who's the most romantic?
Yeah. I'll agree. It's not you.
I can be romantic.
When you're guilted into it.
Right.
I'm still romantic.
Uh-huh. I've
Uh-huh.
got flowers twice.
You've gotten flowers more than that.
out of 25 years, I would hope.
Hey, this
Flowers
Valentine's Day,
die.
fake flowers don't.
Yeah.
It's the thought.
I
that
bought you
counts.
fake
Yeah, it's
flowers this
the-
last time.
The thought that counts.
Bought you real ones and fake ones.
Bacon.
And I have
flavored
both of them
mayonnaise.
still.
Ooh, bacon flavor. I've tried that. I think that was Duke's. That's awesome.
Hey, Christine.
Who's the best mushroom hunter? Asked by Camping Cage Free.
Well, neither one of us have found any this year.
But typically, Tina's better at finding them.
No, the best in the family is my cousin. He finds them.
He's the only one that's brought us any this year.
Yeah.
We haven't found any.
All right. What did I?
Okay. Miracle Whip 2. I grew up and was able to make my own choices.
All right. Who takes the longest in the bathroom?
What are we doing?
It's still you. I get in, get out, I'm done.
Sometimes I get caught up on a good YouTube video.
I just scroll through TikTok. But I always scroll through TikTok. Who's the biggest baby when they're sick?
Oh, easy one. I'm sure everybody will agree on it's always the husband.
The man cold.
You know, the man cold is real. I'm telling you right now. You wouldn't understand it.
Is it worse than giving birth? Than a woman giving birth?
I don't know about giving kidney stones.
I give birth and kidney stones at the same
See,
time.
you always got to one up me. The whole competitive thing again. I gave birth and kidney stones at the same time.
Yeah, 3 times.
Well, only one time was the kidney stones really close to the childbirth.
Which one was
You
that?
ain't
kid?
never had him
first
have him go
one.
up there and get a kidney stone though, and pull it out.
Nope.
Hi, Mom.
Thankfully.
Sure. That was nothing. Next.
Who's more responsible? Neither.
She wins by a slight margin.
Slight margin. It's a very thin line.
Christine's, what are we doing? LOL. Well, Christine, we are playing.
The oldie wed game.
It's only been so far backwards.
Just figured it'd be just a little fun, something different.
Something new. We're not newlyweds, so we decided we'd call it the oldie weds. So if you got questions, everybody's
got
free
answers.
to free to pop in and ask their own questions that are tasteful.
Yep.
As long as Jesse reads them.
Well, if you would stop, I would read them. Who's the boss of the relationship? She's very bossy.
That's my job.
Who takes longer to get ready?
We asked that one. Are we on repeat again?
Well, I was just in the bathroom.
Oh, then get ready.
Yeah,
It's still Eric.
I don't think so.
it's still a good dad. Dad got to get pretty too.
Takes a long time to look this beautiful.
RW Farmstead asks, who said I love you first?
I don't know if I remember that far back.
It's probably me. That'd be me.
It'd be you.
It'd be
Well, I'll
me.
let you have that one.
Men can be mushy in the beginning of relationships.
Johnny says I'm bossy. I don't see it.
I don't think I'm bossy either. They just listen to what I tell
Who
them.
would win a game of Trivial Pursuit? Me. I love history.
History.
I like history. I just don't remember stuff.
You thought I made up skinwalkers.
You probably did.
You,
Scotty says, who complains the most?
Mom does. Every single morning. Wakes me up complaining.
You're gone to work before I get out of
For the
bed.
past 22 years,
Well, move out.
I can't pull her. Who talks the most? Mom. And they wonder where I get it from.
Christina, I can't imagine Tina being bossy. I'd call, call leadership.
There you go. I like that one.
Who said I'm going to Mother's?
Well, neither one of us got a mother anymore to go to.
Well, in the beginning, you would when you get all mad. I'm going to Mom's.
Well, it was just across the yard. It wasn't.
I was going to say, it's an hour drive for me to go to Mom's. So.
Oh, this wind.
Leadership.
All right. Did I already ask who talks the most? Yeah. Who's the most stubborn?
Maybe a little. You're pretty stubborn yourself, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Really? I don't even know where to start.
Because you can't come up with nothing.
That's facts, Jan.
More words to make men understand what they're saying. That is true.
Uh-huh.
Hi, McKay. How are you doing today?
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Who is the pickiest eater? I don't know.
I'm not picky.
I'm picky.
Maybe that was just the kids.
I'm still picky.
I mean, I'm a little bit pickier than you are, but I wouldn't say I'm picky.
Well, neither one of us ever starved.
Jesse's at a guilty
She's good at it.
to do that. I like drama.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's a question from me.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Who
boy.
has the worst temper?
Mm.
Kind of depends. I'm the one more likely to go throwing and breaking stuff, and your mom just yells and screams and breaks your eardrums.
Angry all the time, but not that serious.
That is true.
Not hardly angry, but very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I just got longer fuse.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I have my dad's temper too. But it's always the little things that make me mad.
Kind of like your mom.
Yeah.
It's usually the two of you. If I didn't beat around the bush and just to the point, y'all wouldn't have to talk so much.
Mm-hmm. It's like you make a big circle around just to get to the point.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't even listen to the first part. If we did get to the point first. You'd be like, why? What?
That should be a question there.
What?
Who listens the best?
Neither. No.
They'll tell him something over and over. What? You said what? I didn't hear that.
Because I think sometimes you think you tell me something and you didn't tell me nothing, and then you gripe at me because I didn't listen.
I would take notes in my head, but I'll forget them before the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't read the rest of it. I can see it'd love to fly. We get mad. We don't stay mad.
Nah.
It ain't worth it.
I think I stay mad longer.
Yeah, she goes to her room and pouts.
I do. After throwing a hissy fit. All right, so that's the end of my questions. So if anybody else has any more questions, feel free to ask. They're probably just going to sit here and ramble now.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we should have come up with more, huh?
Less than the best for my wife times. Mm-hmm.
I tell him, he just doesn't listen.
Jan said hissy fits are important. They are. It gets my point across.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she does throw hissy fits good, that's for sure.
Well,
My brother likes to ask, what's wrong? What's wrong? It's just like, give me a minute to cool down, or I'm just going to get more mad explaining it.
But I think he just likes making you mad just for the fun of it.
Yeah, and then he gets pissy that I'm pissy. Because usually I'm pissy at him.
no, I have evidence.
We all suffer from selective hearing. That is true.
Some of us are worse at it than others.
She used to complain when the kids was all little and they'd be hollering and screaming and everything else, and I'd be watching TV. And
Never phased him a bit. He didn't even hear it.
She's like, "Don't you hear that?" I'm like, "Hear what?"
Drive me crazy. I can't listen to them just sit there and just on and on and on.
Well, there was no blood. Nobody was dying. They were fine.
Well, they lived through it, so
Mm-hmm. It's recorded. It didn't happen.
it's a lot easier back then. We didn't have everything to record it with.
And now everybody has one of these in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the main cook at the house?
Well, you have your days too.
I cook, and if I don't cook, there's no dinner.
Well, usually just because you get home from work before I do.
I get home before both of you.
And on days I'm off, I cook.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I cook
Most of the
on
time.
my days off sometimes. I only get 2.
When's the last time you cooked?
The fish.
And before that?
I made something here a while back. I just don't remember what it was.
I smell smoke.
Yeah.
And you put some oil on them gears. It's grinding hard trying to think of something.
Hi, Paul Case.
Hey, Paul.
Sometimes it's not selective. It's just plain ignoring. That's true too.
Guilty.
It's hard to ignore you. You're too loud.
Well, can't say you can't hear me. It's because he always told me he didn't hear me. Is why I'm so loud.
You was loud before.
I've heard your mother.
Your mom's loud. Your sister's loud. Y'all are loud.
Your children are loud.
It's from being raised out here in the woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You get lost out in the woods, you holler, somebody come find you. Sometimes.
Oh, goodness. Sorry I'm late. I was cooking.
He cooks too.
Yep.
How the tables have turned.
And I cooked when the kids were little.
When you weren't working.
You didn't let her retire.
Yeah. Remember that whole go back to work for a couple of years?
You only got to work a couple more years. You'll be
That was
fine.
20 years ago.
When, now who's complaining? What is your favorite getaway place? Out in the woods.
Away from work.
Mm-hmm. Out
And
in the
for to
woods
go
or
anywhere
out,
else.
out in the shop, one of the two.
My favorite Subway.
It's your getaway place.
That's expensive.
I like Subway.
Paul didn't like Subway. He pulled into the parking lot and ate his own sandwich. I like that video, Paul. That was good.
I don't like
And
sandwiches
says I'm a
usually.
darn good cook. Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, I will say you're a good cook.
Am I a good cook? I'm a
Yeah.
best cook.
You cook a mean frozen pizza.
What about my stuffed mushrooms?
Okay, those
were good.
I make a mean stuffed
The
mushroom.
river or lake? Me,
Me,
neither.
What's the difference?
She prefers either one as long as it's got water.
my stock tank in the backyard. There's no people there. Around here, come summertime, the creek is tenfold
Yeah.
extra
Weekdays
people.
aren't horrible, but even now those are getting bad. It's Subway is too expensive
Yeah, unfortunately, it is.
and really skimpy on the meat and cheese and bread.
And vegetables.
That's about all you really get is the vegetables. Everything else is like you get one little piece of pepperoni, one little piece of ham, one little piece of turkey, and then they charge you out the wazoo for it.
Lone Cross asks, "What's your favorite thing to do as a family?"
Do we have to take the kids with us?
We're a family, yeah.
But you're grown.
So we're still a family.
Let's see, was it 2 years ago we bought season passes for Silver Dollar City? We never went once.
The
We
dog
went a
can
while
jump.
back. When they were still younger, we took them all the time and everything, but between work and everything, everybody's work schedules. and
That's
stuff,
not relaxing. You're wore out.
Yeah.
I missed Silver Dollar City. was
Hi,
fun.
Ovita.
Hello, how are you? Yeah, $15 for
Here,
a
hold
sandwich
this.
is a little excessive. Although I will say, work one of the girls went down and got Jersey Mike's,
Yes, stay close together.
and that was well worth it over. Of course, that's comparing it to Subway. So it's called Still Your Dollar
Yes,
City.
it is.
They will nickel and dime you for everything.
Everything.
Sometimes it's fun just to go over there and everything, but yeah, it's not very
Expensive.
relaxing and it is very expensive. When the kids was still little, it was more worth it because they got to enjoy it more with the rides and stuff. But now
We've seen everything.
yeah.
I know they come out with new stuff, but seen it all.
Mm-hmm. One of the best ones we had was when we went to Table Rock last year for the weekend.
Oh, that was fun. What was the resort we stayed at? Big Cedar Lodge.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then somebody's blood sugar had to go out of whack, and we had to pack up and come home right away.
Well, it was at the end of our stay anyway, but yeah, it was. My dad and stepmom got us their place over there for the weekend, and we took it, and yeah, we had a blast. But went swimming. I forgot about my insulin pump, and it fried my insulin pump, and we had to
come home quickly
because yeah. The bad thing is I just bolused for lunch or for dinner.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I brought this because we were talking about Silver Dollar City before I left, and I wanted to show it. Ta-da!
How many years have you had that?
I don't know, a hot minute. I took it to prom with me last prom.
Well, you've been out of school for
almost
4
5
years.
Boy, you're getting old.
Hey, no, I'm not.
Fast
what does
food
that
is
make us?
expensive.
She's the youngest.
Yes, fast food is expensive. Bad thing is, even eating healthy and good food is still expensive. Hey, Johnny's here. How you doing?
Don't mix. Well, it was supposed to have been waterproof, and yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, well, it probably had a crack in it from just doing whatever and got knocked around and had a small crack in there. I didn't know it was there. So I'm imagining what happened on
then
that.
On a Saturday night and had insulin. Nobody wants to sell you just needles.
Yeah, they look at you really funny when you say you walk into pharmacy and it's like, I need some needles. Luckily I had a insulin vial with me so I could show I had prescription for insulin. And of course I've done that here before. I went into Walmart and got needles, but I'm in there all the time for stuff. So they didn't even think twice about it. So I wasn't even thinking about that. So, but yeah, that was not a very fun ending there. And then I spent the next 3 days having to give myself shots every hour.
Trying to get lined back out.
I didn't get too high. I was able to manage it, but I did not get any sleep because, like I said, I had to set an alarm for every hour to give myself a small amount of insulin because I didn't have any long-acting insulin. All I had, because it being the weekend and everything else. So,
and you wouldn't let me drive home. I was messaging my boss the whole way and told him that because we went clear into Arkansas and everywhere, and I told you we're going the right way, and you wouldn't listen to me.
We made it home safely.
I told him if we didn't show up soon, then send out the troops to look for us.
Mm-hmm. But got the insulin pump in. Like I said, it took 3 days, and then once I got that and set up and ready to go, I took a nice long nap because I was exhausted after that.
But it was definitely a fun trip before we got there.
That's nice shirts. Yep, thank you very much. We got our 10 Killer shirts on.
We figured it was the last
live before we'll go to 10 Killer. So
yeah. So
I'm taking a selfie. By the way,
we are looking forward to it.
Yes, I can't wait to go leave the kids here.
I can't wait to be here by myself.
Good.
Ooh,
says they are cool. Yes, they are. They are very nice.
Did you already answer this one?
What
is your favorite season of the year?
Fall.
Summer.
Fall.
Summer.
Fall. Not too hot, not too cold.
I like hot weather.
Not me. Bugs.
Well, the bugs I could do without.
Got mine 2 days ago.
Cool.
Awesome. So, yes, you read that.
Bug. Yeah.
You said summer, which is wrong. I said fall, which is correct.
Fall is the best. And I was born in fall.
I like hoodie weather.
I like to go swimming.
My favorite season is calf weaning season. I think my dad would agree with that one too.
We haven't been up to see him in a little bit and see how many new calves he's got.
Come to Texas, you can have the 115 degrees. No, like I said, we went to Bernie, Texas back in December,
It
and
was great.
yeah, we left when it was cold here, and we packed for our weather and got down there and
It was 80.
liked to cook and took her car, which didn't have air conditioning. Yeah, that was no fun at all. I wish I would have took my truck. I like hoodie weather.
No.
I gotta put short sleeves on. It's too hot.
Nope. Today was great, which it's 77 now, but it was, I think the highest I remember seeing it was 83.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just the wind was crazy.
Pretty warm in the house, but I don't want to put air conditioners in right now.
Well, it's still April. We could have
calf
another,
weaning is over.
still have another cold snap yet.
Yeah.
I think the last 2 years we still had to burn fire in beginning of May.
Yeah.
So still got the stove up just in case.
Yeah, I was looking at the weather. It looks like we still got just this week. It's supposed to, by next weekend, it's supposed to cool down some. So we'll see. Hopefully it don't get too awful bad, but yeah. What's your favorite farm animal?
I don't have any farm animals. And
Oh.
whose fault is that?
Well, growing up, mine was always the horses.
Dad did not like horses, and we didn't have any.
I liked horses.
We had chickens, guineas. We had cows, but they weren't pets. That's about all we had. Dogs, cats.
Horses, cows.
I did have a
pigs,
baby deer when I was a
chickens,
kid.
Dogs, cats.
When I was in first grade, our house burnt down, and my dad's boss had a house that we lived in over by Lanigan, and they would come out to the farm on the
life.
weekend.
Hello.
And a vehicle ahead of them had run over a mama deer. She had just gave birth there in the ditch, and they stopped and picked up the baby and brought it home. I raised it on a bottle. We put diapers on it to haul it in the car. Then the game warden come and told us you can't raise a baby deer.
Johnny says his favorite's cattle. Those are my favorite to eat.
Right? One of these days when we get that pin built, I'll get that donkey. And then I'll get him a girlfriend.
Yep, we'll get you some goats.
One step at a time. Baby steps. Baby steps. I'm not holding my breath.
Yep. See, I grew up with Dad always raised polled Herefords when I was younger, and now he's doing limousine, and I like the polled Hereford temperament a lot easier. I didn't mind walking out in the pasture as a kid with them out there. The limousines aren't bad, but they're not nearly as gentle as the Herefords were.
Let's say Dad hated horses because I guess his dad, well, that's what he did was he trained horses and mules to
Yes, sir.
pull the plows and everything, and Dad hated horses. So yeah, we never had one.
James Hall says hamburgers and steaks. That's why you raise cattle. Exactly. Of course, deer steaks are mighty fine too.
What were y'all's first car you ever owned? As married or before?
Well, if we're going single, mine was a 87 Buick Skyhawk, little 2-door car, and it had the headlight covers that would fold down.
Ooh. I had a 1980 Chevy Chevette. You could look down through the floorboards and watch the road go by. But $5 filled it on gas and went all week.
Yeah, that was so much better back then. 66 Ford Mustang. That was my dad's.
What did we have as first married?
Well, you had that Saturn.
That was the only car I ever bought brand new.
And then I had that 77 F-150.
It was a 97 Saturn. It was plastic. You could kick the doors in and they popped right back out. Little 5-speed. It got great gas mileage too. It was like 43 miles to the gallon.
Yep. Yeah, I had that 77 F-150, and then when I was still living at home, I pulled the bench seat out and put 2 captain seats for my dad's old 79 F-150 put in there, and then moved down here, and our oldest daughter, Abby, which was hers, and realized it was really hard to go anywhere, which we had her Saturn. So, but yeah, there was a couple times we wanted to take the truck and then trying to fit Abby in there with us. Didn't work for her.
I love all these new married couples, and they have a car or something, and they have one kid, and they're like, oh, we have to go upgrade to an SUV. And that Saturn that we had was a little tiny car. Thankfully, it had bucket seats because there was 2 car seats in the back. Abby sat in the middle with her feet up in between the bucket seats, and there was no room at all. And we drove that way for quite a few years, didn't we?
Yeah. I'll say I grew up with Dad had an old 1960 Ford F-250, of course, manual transmission, and I sat in the middle, and then my mom and then my little brother sat on my mom's lap, and I don't know how many times he got his finger smashed because he'd always grab the side there as Mom was closing the door, and of course she'd wind up slamming his hands in the door every time. You think he'd learn, but nope.
He's a little thick-headed.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we drove around for years with that truck with the 4 of us sitting there and like that. You couldn't do that nowadays. Your first was a 78 3/4 ton Chevy flatbed. Yeah, Dad's was, like I said, that F-250, which he put a 300 straight 6 in it, and that thing would do a whopping 40 miles an hour downhill, and it sounded like it was going to rubber band, and that thing was going to break. But that thing would pull a house off the foundation, though. So.
I was reading McKay's about her 70s Cadillac with holes in the floorboard. Yeah, my little Chevette. Let's see, I was the youngest one, so it was my sister's first car, and she went to college over at Branson, and she drove it back and forth for several years. And when she went to trade it in, they told her it was worth $50. My mom said, "Well, I'll keep it and drive it to work for that." So then she drove it for a couple years, and it sat there, and then that was my first car. Yay. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I wish I had it now.
Yep. See, and I learned to drive my dad's old pickup. His, like I said, his was 78 F-150 extended cab. And I learned to drive in that and parallel parking that. And then I went and took my test in Little Buick Skyhawk. And that was a whole lot easier doing that in Joplin. Of course, then you're on 7th Street and you turn right onto Illinois to go back into the plaza where the DMV office was. And I didn't catch the light. And, I stopped. I had red light, but I stopped. And just as I was turning the oncoming left turn lane turning, I wound up cutting it off and fell automatically. Did everything perfect, parallel park. But
we didn't have any stoplights when I went and took my test for it. I wasn't going to take it in Joplin either.
Mm-hmm. I didn't take mine test in Joplin either, so no lights.
Chevy Nova.
Ooh, I'd like to have a 79 Chevy Nova now.
I learned to drive on a Ford F-100 with the 3 on the tree. A buddy of mine had one with the 3 on the tree. The Dad's old truck, which I drove out in the hayfield. That's what I first drove when I was 8 or 9, and he put it in granny gear. So I just had to sit there and just turn the wheel.
James Hall says, what learned to drive was a different story. Yeah, I learned to drive in a 1973 Chevy Suburban. Yeah.
My first car was a Ford Taurus, a 2006, I think.
And that wasn't what you learned to drive in, though.
No, but it only lasted 2 weeks, and then the transmission went out.
The transmission?
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, the Marine Experience is here. Hey, guys, how are y'all doing?
Howdy, howdy.
But yeah, I learned, first started driving out in the hayfield, and we had Dad just told me all I had to do is turn the wheel at the end of the pasture, and he'd follow around and put the hay in the back of the truck and on the trailer. And then I just pushed the clutch in just to slow down a little bit. And we went to go have lunch. I couldn't reach the clutch
when I was driving.
We went to go eat lunch down the bottom by the little creek we had running through the pasture, and it was downhill. And Dad's telling me to stop. Well, he only told me to push the clutch, and he didn't say anything about the brake pedal or nothing. He's like, push the brake. I'm like, which one's the brake? He's like, the one in the middle.
Seems kind of funny. Yeah, our oldest one, she learned to drive a standard right off the bat. And now we haven't had my little Saturn that I had.
Yeah, because she learned to drive your Saturn, and then my 87 F-150 that I had, and it was a stick shift.
But now neither one of the other two kids know how to drive a standard because you can't hardly find them anymore, and they've never had one to be able to teach them on it.
Yeah, I know. I miss having a standard transmission.
Except for when we went to Branson.
I like my automatic.
Yeah.
You've never drove a standard.
Exactly. Sounds too complicated.
It's not complicated.
Nope.
It's easy.
I have one brain cell.
Truer words have never been spoken.
I hit a tree. Do you want me to in my automatic? Do you want me to drive a standard?
Well, you can't hardly find a standard now, so.
Exactly. Have you seen my driving?
I've rode with her.
That's why I drive.
I'm a terrible driver. I'll admit it.
And he taught her.
We all did.
Well, yeah.
She just didn't pay no attention.
Nope. I failed my driver's test twice.
I learned to drive a truck with 13 speed.
Woo. I don't know if I could do that one.
That'd be a big truck.
Yeah.
I learned on a Dodge Journey, and I had one practice round. And Dad called it a quits, and I didn't want to drive with him either. Too much of this and not enough of this.
No patience.
No.
Friends of mine, they learned to drive on their farms up north of Joplin with their big trucks.
Ooh, bugs are coming out.
The baby girl. The baby girl.
Yep, it is that time.
Ow.
I passed my driver's test with my Mustang with 4-speed.
Molly came to say hi. Ah, don't lick my face. I got mud on my face.
Well,
shifter fell out. I've had some vehicles about like that.
I learned to drive steering fell out. Yeah, that's.
Yes, you're such a pretty girl.
Oh, 95 Crown Vic I had. The battery cables always corroded over, and you go down the road and the lights start blinking.
That was a fun car, though.
It was, yeah.
And police interceptor. And...
yeah, until the transmission went out in it, too. It was not fun to replace.
Nope. So. But, anywho.
Don't be rude.
Dog's over here being
a dog.
A dog.
She's not
so
very
from the
ladylike.
looks of it, we're going to have some red bone pups if anybody wants one.
We might only
in a
have
few
a couple.
months.
Hopefully it's her first litter and there'll only be one or two, I hope.
And hopefully they're
And
all
she's getting fixed.
I know she is. She gets one litter and she's done.
Oh, look at you.
I drove my first pickup home with no brakes. Oh, that's not fun either.
Yeah, it was that 60s F-250 that my dad had. He had it parked after several years and was going to
chasing the cat.
Somebody come out and busted all the glass in it and everything. So I was going to fix it up and drive it. And
tail.
I scrounged up new windshield for it, and I went to a glass shop. I had glass cut for the back and the side windows. I was going to do some engine work on it, and I took it up to Franklin Tech. The auto body teacher said that he'd go ahead and put the glass in there for us and then fix the fenders that was loose. Had it parked up there, Franklin Tech there in Joplin. Dad was taking me to work one day because he was needing to borrow my car for something. And we seen a couple kids coming down the hill towards it and going back up from it. And we pulled in behind it because the hood was open on the truck. They busted all the glass that I bought for it. They pulled poured a bunch of sawdust down into the engine and slashed the tires or did some other stuff to it. And after that, I just loaded it back up on the trailer and hauled it back out the farm. And it's still sitting up there at Dad's place in the same place we parked it almost 20 years ago. But yeah, I'd love to have had that truck back up and going again because that was a fun truck to drive. So
I have to sit down.
And you call me bossy.
Yeah, but I'm
What
in a
reason?
dress.
don't know, other than just kids just wanting to tear stuff up, and yeah, it was. What is it? It was a 1960 Ford F-250, had 300 straight six in it, and
What?
yeah, it was.
192 hours.
I was
Remained
planning
on
on getting that fixed up and driving it back out on the road again, and yeah, after they did that and everything, I just lost interest and just parked it, and because body wise it was almost perfect. It had the front fenders are right underneath the driver's side tire, the front tires. It was a little bit of rust there, and it was kind of flopping out, so that was going to be an easy fix. And then my dad had jackknifed a trailer back years ago, and had one little cave in underneath the tail light, which that was going to be an easy fix. And other than that, body on it was good. Engine needed to be rebuilt on it and some transmission work, but yeah. Eric, do you prefer Ford trucks or Chevy trucks? I'm a Ford guy,
I'm a Chevy girl.
so we both drive Dodges.
I don't care, so I drive a Cadillac.
Drive what runs anymore.
However, my next truck is going to be a Ford 3/4 ton with leaf springs instead of the coil springs like they put on those Dodges.
You might
You
be
got a
get-
lottery ticket laying around somewhere?
Yeah,
Maybe.
you're gonna be driving this one till it's not good, and that doesn't mean go hit a tree.
What does it look like now? About the same as it did when I parked it. In
I
fact,
have
it's
to
got a
go up
bunch of
and
old
look, huh?
farm equipment piled it all around it and everything. But
Dogs being rude.
I mean, like I said, body wise and everything, it's still in good shape and stuff. It could be fixed up. Let's see.
I knew
I'm
you
driving
were.
on 63 F250. Yeah. Yeah. There's something about that 60 body style or on the Fords that I just love. I love that body style. So
I'm just happy my car will be paid off this summer and no car payment. Yay.
that is one thing. It's like my truck's paid off. Well, we paid cash for it. So no truck payment for mine. And then we just got her car payment, and
It's almost done.
yep, August I think is this
August.
be the last payment on it.
Yay.
I'd throw a 302 small block in it. That would be a good motor for it. Of course, like I said, that 300 straight six, that's got a lot of oomph to it. It's not just the way it's geared and everything. You ain't going to go very fast. Because that is geared down very low.
Just speed limit for a reason.
It won't even do the speed limit unless it's 35.
That's one bad thing. I get a little carried away in my car.
I said, I think Dad said he had it up to 60 one time, and he was going downhill, and he had a trailer on the back of it, and it sounded like it was going to blow up on him. It was wrapped up so tight, but yeah, it was a good truck. I love that truck.
Imagine it'd take quite a bit of gasoline to get down the road.
Not that 6-cylinder. Wouldn't be too bad.
I always said I didn't want the Hemi that I have.
Yep, definitely started in second gear. The only time you ever use first gear is if you're got a heavy trailer on it. And then it had granny gear for when you're out in the pasture loading hay. You get a little walking speed.
All right, I'm heading. Bye, everybody.
She's wussing out on us.
Yep, I'm tired and hungry.
We got 7 minutes left.
Yeah, we've only got 7 minutes left.
And I'm bored.
Grainy low. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's how I learned to drive out in the hayfield was that. And then Dad would walk behind and throw hay on the trailer in the back of the truck while I just turned the wheel. Kept it in a straight line and turned it at the end of the field. Everybody sing bye, Jesse.
Bye. Make sure to check out my channel
The jar.
The jar.
at Jesse's Adventures and Rambling.
So, but yeah, they don't make trucks like that no more, though.
Cars either.
Mm-mm. You can actually work on it.
My car's been pretty good so far. Of course, it's I think the other day I just turned over 92,000 miles. So
Yeah. The only big issue we had with yours was
air conditioner.
Well, that and the
Oh, the
drive shaft.
Yeah.
Carrier bearing went out on it, and those Dodges, you can't just buy a carrier bearing. You can buy the whole drive shaft, which is a bunch of crap. Luck.
we went to Springfield, didn't we?
Yeah, I found one at Salvage Yard up in Springfield because you call the dealerships and stuff, and nobody will sell you a carrier bearing. They'd only sell you the drive shaft, and that was not cheap. And I called around. I finally found a Salvage Yard in Springfield that they did have the whole drive shaft for me, and it was only like $300, I think.
Hey, Troy Sutton.
Hey,
You're
how
not
you
late.
doing?
You're just in time.
Yeah.
They may say goodbye, but
Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up shortly. That way, everybody can get over to.
go watch Johnny and Christine at Chilling with the Gillums.
So, but yeah. Other than that, that's really about the only issue we've had with her car and then my truck.
The air conditioner, which,
Yeah.
like I said, it doesn't bother me because I don't use air conditioner. Well, I don't have it, so I don't use it.
That's why you don't use it because you don't have it. Air conditioner works on my truck.
But I don't like being cold either, so.
Mm-hmm. I'm working on an old truck paid off. Yep. Which mine's a 17
Hey, Scott's Life.
Ram 1500, and I paid cash for it, so I don't have any bills on it. But like I said, it's hauling wood and stuff because the coil springs on those things. You go putting a heavy load on. I pulled whole firewood up my dad's, and it felt like that rear end was going to come out from underneath me. It just floated the whole time. Going up 49, it was not very fun. So,
Yep.
but because Dad's got a 2014 F-150, of course, it's got leaf springs on it. And I looked at the stickers. He's can hold 92 pounds more than me, but you go put the same amount of weight on both trucks, and his feels solid, where mine feels like the rear end's going to come out from underneath you. The coil springs ride real nice, but they don't haul very good.
We're going to borrow his trailer when we get that donkey and bring it back.
Unless we're going to put it in the backseat of your car.
I figured to pack your truck.
Yeah, we'll borrow his trailer. So
I don't think he'd ride in the backseat of my car very well. Oh, that could be a great video, though. We'll let him hang his head out coming down the highway.
of course, it is a miniature donkey, so he may actually
He might fit, but
until he decides to get rid of some grass back there, and
yeah, that may not smell so good.
I'll let you clean that up.
Yeah, we'll ride him in your truck.
We'll go ride him in the trailer.
Yeah, that works. Then we got to
So-
get him a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. But
Is it about that time?
yeah, it's getting about that time. If someone wants to drop some links for Gillum Farms for everybody to head over, get ready for Chilling with the Gillums here in just a little bit. And we got just a couple minutes left here, and we're going to be heading over there ourselves. So, but yeah, we do appreciate everybody joining in this evening. It's been a lot of fun.
I do got a question. You guys, we have never been to 10 Killer meetup or anything. And do we do live at 10 Killer? Since it falls on our night to, I'm not sure. Better idea in the trailer. Yeah.
Exactly.
I always come up with these wild ideas and then it's like, yeah, it's not such a good idea, is it?
Especially when we have access to a trailer.
My boss got a new horse. Was that yesterday? They had to go rent a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
If they'd have told
Simply
us, that,
Dan says, heck yeah, do it.
good, you'll be there. You can help us.
So anyway, what were you saying?
They went and rented a trailer. If I'd have known they was going to Joplin to get the horse, I might have called your dad and said, hey, you got a trailer?
Mm-hmm.
But it was a little late. I already had it rented before I knew.
Gonna say he don't use it very often, but
Yep.
when the only time he uses it when he's got to go taking cattle to the market or hauling pigs. So, but all righty. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up here. That way we can head over to Gillum Farms for Chilling with
Hope
the
y'all
Gillums.
liked our little game. We want
Yeah.
to try something new. We might do it again. Like I said, hopefully y'all get out and do something too. Ask crazy questions and just have a good time.
So, all right.
I'm doing my live Friday at the meetup. Sweet.
So yeah,
Like I said, we'll see you in 2 weeks, Jan.
All righty. Well, we're going to head out of here. Everybody head over to Gillum Family Farms, and we appreciate you all coming along.
It's just Gillum Farms.
Or Gillum Farms. So, thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.
Bye.